Jabba's sail barge crosses the Dune Sea with the captured Princess Leia and the droids on board.
Shocking. Also, your dog plays ping pong. So, we get to play as Luke, Han, or Chewie for this one, for the attack on the sail barge. And of course, come on guys, we gotta go with our buddy Luke.
Yeah, it is Luke's moment.
It is kind of Luke's moment, and it appropriately kind of starts where Luke started. So, believe it or not, these sail barges that are going past, you can use them as platforms, and they can send you back to the beginning.
Oh, wow.
So, you want to be a little careful.
The ones that are going forward or the ones going back?
Going back.
The ones that are going backwards.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like...
Yeah, they're not like snazzy elements. They actually are part of the game. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that too much. Because now that we're actually on the sail barge, yeah, we don't have to worry about them. And this is actually a hard part of the game because, at least for this level, because now it's like a freaking gauntlet. If you remember how hard the Jawa Sandcrawler was, this is basically Sandcrawler 2.0. Where you had to deal with like the outside turrets and the Jawas throwing thermal detonators at you and everything like that. Except in this case, it's bounty hunters and Jabba's guards. Because they hate Luke. They absolutely hate him.
Yeah, well, we did kill the Rancor.
You did, in fact, kill the Rancor, and some of them were buddies with the Rancor's owner. So, they are a little pissed at you. I mean, even Jabba's pissed at you. Yita! Ah! I still love that moment in Return of the Jedi, like, giving him that line of just, like, absolute shock.
That's just so interesting how some of these games are much harder than, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the things I will always give credit to for the Super Star Wars trilogy is it's actually like, you know, kids these days won't actually know this concept because movie tie-in games just don't happen anymore. But, like, this was actually a hard thing to bring the movie's plot into a video game, as well as a movie that was like 20 years old at this point, like Star Wars was.
Yeah.
So I've got to give major props over to Sculpture Software for doing their best to try and make all of these pivotal moments into levels, and then taking prototype or concept art and using a lot of those for bosses. I mean, for crying out loud, the little door droid that somehow is beloved, but was just an element that George Lucas wanted to have that was futuristic, becomes a boss in this game, as we have seen in an earlier level. So at that point, like, can you really fault it?
No,
they did their best.
Did it need to be so goddamn hard?
This is a very good point, and Sculpture Software should have thought of that. So, I'd like to introduce you, Alex, to the Yasumian Skiff Guard. I have kept on advertising this throughout the 3 games. This is a monster that was based on a rejected design for the Rancor.
Oh, cool.
So this could have been the Rancor. And frankly, it's pretty nasty looking. Like, whoever designed that, I would love to know. Because that's a good design, especially with the ball and chain attached to it.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been awesome if the Rancor had weapons. Had this big old ball and chain that it could throw at Han and Luke. If anything, that would be a really great force moment for Luke to send the ball back at its face. Oh, and there we go. Down goes the Yasumian Skiff Guard.
Jeez.
So it's on to the next level, and this is the level you've been waiting for, Alex. Inside the sail barge, we can be Han, Chewie, or Leia. And if you're Leia, you get the Slave Bikini. And I would like to call her Leia-vania, because a lot of her mechanics with the chain are very Belmont-esque.
Yeah.
So, see, you didn't believe this. Now what do you think of seeing it?
That's amazing.
It's actually really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm doing my dance.
She is doing the and I actually had to look up the numbers, the most done cosplay at cons.
Oh, I don't deny it.
No. Like, every young cosplayer, they always try to do Leia Bikini. It's not even Slave Leia anymore, it's Leia Bikini. That's what people call it. And look, here's the thing, like the sprite doesn't make it look bad. It actually kind of tries to go out of its way to make Leia look muscular. So I love it. I love it. Leia Belmont can
Eat your heart.
can fight my vampires any day. I'm absolutely okay with it. Now, also, you guys will notice that, kind of like with Chewie, Leia has a spin mechanic. The difference between Chewie of Empire and this one is that they nerfed the spin mechanic. You can't just spam it.
Those little Han Solo heads.
Yeah, what was that? No, they were little Leia heads.
Oh, okay.
See, Leia has her own icon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're playing as Han, they're little Han heads. If you're playing Chewie, they're little Chewie heads.
Okay.
Their lives or something.
Yeah, they're extra lives.
Would have been absolutely hilarious if they were Han Solo.
Oh, that would have been great, right?
Leia picks up little Han
Like,
Solo.
you can't finish the level without a certain love rating from Han. Oh, I hate these guys, these Twi'leks.
2-point bows.
Just because they bounce around. And by the way, yes, those are pits. So you can jump down into them. I don't recommend it.
You could jump down to them.
Uh-huh.
Like you can die?
Yeah.
You
those
can
are
die in
pits.
them, yes.
Okay, I thought you said, really? You want to jump down?
No, you don't want to jump down them. I don't recommend it.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, what the?
So we're actually coming to the last part of the game, or last part of the level. And much like the Bounty Hunter Bosch version of Leia, you actually get a power-up. So kind of like a Mega Man X or a Mega Man power-up with her whip, or chain, sorry.
Whoa.
Where she can basically power it up and send an amazing projectile your way. And also makes the boss of this level completely useless. You guys will see in a minute. I also love the fact that you technically can't kill Jabba's little pet. You can't kill him because everybody apparently loved him back in the day. Alright, it's time. We get to face Jabba. And like I said, this weapon makes him useless.
Yeah,
Look at how fast his boss bar is going down.
Can make Jabba your bitch.
Yes, make Jabba our bitch. So there you go. That is the Slave Leia level. You're very happy that this happened, aren't you?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Just like when they did it again in Shantae.
Oh, and we have more radio voice.
Luke, Han, Chewie, and Leia race to the forest moon of Endor to destroy the shield generator that protects the new Death Star. Night falls on the forest moon of Endor.
And then a meteor comes and crashes and destroys
the Star Wars
There's
cannon.
no Endor Holocaust.
Luke, we must stop these scout bikers before they can warn the Empire that we're here. Yeah, we probably should have had Andrea read that, but why not? So it doesn't really matter what you do for this one. I picked Leia, but basically we're going into another Mode 7 level.
Commando Leia.
What was that?
Commando Leia.
Yes, and I believe she has an Endor model. So technically, if you think about it, from the concept of characters, Leia has 3 different character variants in this game. Because you have the Bounty Hunter Bosch, you have Slave Leia, and then you have Endor Leia.
Yeah. That's
So
cool.
for all the people who are saying, like, no, we want more characters, you technically got 3 different types of Leia.
3 types of Leia.
Yes, indeed. In fact, I think that's going to be the episode title, 3 Types of Leia. And people are going to say we're being offensive. That's all right.
Like no Lando, I take it?
Well, I mean, he's not technically a playable character, but you will have Millennium Falcon sections.
Okay.
So he is in the game. Don't worry about that. Because from here on, like, basically we're going to be kind of going between Endor and the Death Star.
Right.
And at that point, you will be able to do the second Death Star
Jeez,
run.
that guy, just kill him!
Yes.
Yeah.
That's actually the goal of this level. You just have to kill the scouts. You have to kill a prerequisite of 9 in this difficulty. I think the highest it gets is 20. That's all you gotta do. Just gotta kill all the troopers. We're down to 2.
Oh, so it will never end unless you kill them all.
It does have a prescribed end track, but then it just repeats if you don't have it. Kind of like the other Mode 7 levels that they've done in previous games. You have to hit the requirements first before you can leave.
Oh yeah, it's just like Shadows of the Empire on that speed racer.
Yep.
Yeah, this would play.
You had to.
The Empire's approaching. We need your help to stop them. Yitta! So here's another new character in the game. By popular demand, you get to play as Wicket the Ewok. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. Noisiest character in the game. Why? Get ready to hear that sound. For a long time. Yes, that's his primary weapon. He doesn't upgrade it. Now, the cool part is that the bow is also a platforming element, because he can bounce on the arrows he shoots. But also, if you guys haven't noticed yet, every time he jumps, he has trademark sounds of Wicket. So, yitta! Yaha! See?
Oh, that's cute.
So, nothing against Wicket. I have no problem with the Wicket gameplay because, I mean, it's pretty much what you would expect. But since the Ewoks were such a big feature of Return of the Jedi, Sculpture Software decided to give Wicket his time in the spotlight.
Oh, do you remember that one Star Wars movie that had like showcased like the Ewoks?
You mean the 2 of them?
Yeah.
That are officially not Star Wars canon because some fans hate them. The Ewok Adventure, and I can't remember the other one's name. You could actually probably track that down, Alex. Look, confession time. I don't hate them. I like them. Like, I was a kid when those things came out, and so it resonated with me. Like, I liked the idea of the Ewoks. I know that a lot of current day Star Wars look at Ewoks and go, oh, they're just craptastic Wookiees. Not really. Not really, especially when you go into expanded universe lore. Wookiees are actually somewhat civilized compared to the Ewoks. Like, they actually have, like, civilization amongst their tree villages, whereas the Ewoks are basically cannibals. Like, they'll just eat whatever they can find. And even if that means that they'll eat a human.
Probably.
Yeah.
They probably ate those stormtroopers.
And here we go. And by the way, so I don't know why this guy's here, but the waiter droid from Jabba's barge is the boss here. It's okay because Ewoks will learn some respect. I don't know why he was there, but
Yeah.
good on you, Sculpture Software.
They're like, well, we just need to think of a boss to put there.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what happens with a lot of these bosses.
Insert random boss here.
Yes. Okay, so unfortunately for the next 2 levels, you have to play as Wicket. But eventually, the game will give you 4 character choices. You can pick between Han, Chewie, Leia, and Wicket. Obviously, because Luke will be off doing his own thing.
Great if this thing would quit changing it to we on. Stop it, fucking thing.
See, there you go. Now you get to see the platforming mechanic of Wicket. He can bounce off of his arrows and get some extra momentum.
Fuck. Now come on, listen to me.
Which is appropriate considering that a lot of the secrets in his levels are at like the tops of the trees. Stop! They actually gave Stormtroopers something to say in this game.
So the series was Star Wars Ewok Adventures.
No, that's the series.
Yeah, that's what I just
said.
said.
There were 2 movies.
I said that.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. The series was called
Yeah, it was
Ewok
like a little
Adventures.
animated series, wasn't it?
Let's see. So there's Caravan of Courage, an Ewok Adventure, which is an '84 TV movie.
That's what it was. Caravan of Courage.
Yeah.
Oh no! The Ewok Adventure, Caravan of Courage, and then the Battle for Endor. That was the second one.
See also science fiction on television. No. Take me to the other ones. Let's see.
And I'm not 100% on this, but the little girl in the movies, I don't think it's Drew Barrymore, but she looks really close to E.T. Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, it was followed by a sequel, Ewoks Battle of Endor. Cast is Warwick Davis, Aubrey Miller, Eric Walker, Fionnuala, I guess is how you say it, Flanagan, Guy Boyd, Daniel Frischman, Debbie Lee Carrington, Tony Cox, Devin Thompson.
Most of those actors I don't think we ever saw again.
Probably not.
Because, yeah, the Ewok Adventure didn't do very well. And most Star Wars fans would like to pretend it didn't exist. I don't know why. It's fine. They were fine. I especially loved a lot of the narration that was going on for them. Just kind of trying to explain, like, Ewok society. I mean, for crying out loud, the Ewoks are better than Jar Jar any day. And I would actually say they're better than the Gungan race as a whole. And I love Boss Nass.
Nobody likes the Gungans anyway, so
No, nobody likes the Gungans.
Stop.
Actually, that's kind of not true, because the Clone Wars series does try to treat the Gungans respectfully. And so Clone Wars fans are like, we don't hate the Gungans, we just hate Jar Jar. Because, like, they actually did have a couple of Gungan characters show up from time to time. I think there was even a Gungan Jedi. I think there might have been a Gungan Jedi, but I need to double check that.
And yeah, there was an Ewoks animated series.
Yes.
Ran for 2 years.
There was technically a Droids animated series. Or no, they were made for straight-to-DVD movies, and they were supposed to launch a series, and it didn't. Because nobody wanted to follow C-3PO. C-3PO was anal. Sorry, Anthony McDaniel, but I have to say it. It was a butler droid.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what he was.
That actually reminds me, do we actually know what Anthony thought? I don't know if I know Peter Mayhew passed away before Rise of Skywalker, but did Anthony pass away?
No, he's still alive.
I wonder what he thought of the misnomer they did for 3PO.
Let's see.
Oh.
I'd be genuinely curious. Yeah. Yitta! I swear, you guys will be saying that for like hours after this video is shown, because we're post-commentating, obviously. And now you also know that there were giant bugs on Endor. Bet you didn't know that. And I don't know what this creature is. I'm guessing it was probably like rejected designs from the Ewok Adventure or something like that. But
Just something they made up entirely for the game.
It could have been. I know a lot of stuff was based on concept art that Lucas wanted, and some wasn't. And sometimes it's hard to figure out which was which. So I'm just going to assume that Lucas came up with that, and it's indigenous to Endor. Leia. Oh, actually, no, you're Luke.
I must face Vader.
But why must you confront him? He's evil.
He is my father. I can feel the good in him. I must try to turn him away from the dark side. If I fail, you're the only hope for the Alliance. You are my sister, and in time you will learn to use the Force as I have.
By me.
Which we haven't been able to talk about. Did you? So apparently for the young Leia in Rise of Skywalker, that was actually Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Yeah, no, we brought it up.
No, we did.
The handmaiden in Force Awakens was her daughter. Yeah, you're talking about the moment where they show like CG face Leia when they're training. Yeah, no, that was Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Yeah.
Which I thought was awesome. I especially loved it that the handmaiden of Leia in Force Awakens was Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Yeah. So
that was really nice that they did that. You know, like Carrie's daughter got to finish what Carrie couldn't. Even if it wasn't her face. Which, from what I understand, like, her daughter didn't mind that. I might be wrong about this. I don't even think Carrie's daughter's gonna go into acting.
I think she does act.
Oh, does she act? Okay.
Let's see. Well, I'll look it up in a
We've
sec.
been seeing a lot of sons and daughters of actors today, like, saying that they won't go that direction. But then you have examples of, like, Zelda Williams, who went into voiceover. Oh crap, what's his name? Jaden Smith? Will
yeah.
Smith's son?
Yeah.
After Earth, like I think he was either done or he wanted to go on his own to be able to do acting. Like he didn't want to live under his dad's shadow. It's kind of like with wrestling. When you have a son of a really popular wrestler, they can't have their name. Otherwise, it kills their career.
Apparently, Anthony Daniels is or has written in memoir, I Am C-3PO, this inside story.
And now I will have to read it before the next part.
I'm just trying to see.
Yes, I won't read it by then.